Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I'm heading to work now, and I'm actually going to work a bit late today than I usually do. I usually head off at like 4 p.m., but I woke up around like 3:30 today, so obviously that wasn't gonna happen. So I got home at 4 a.m. after I'd met my goal and stuff. No, I got home at 3 a.m., but I went to bed at 4 a.m. And I woke up. I kept on waking up at random times, so I kept on waking up. And I always do this. I wake up at like 3 a.m. No, I wake up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and then I go back to sleep. I doze off, and I woke up for real at like 8 or something, 8 a.m. So I'd only gotten like just a couple of hours of sleep by that point. And I couldn't go back to sleep for a couple of hours. And I just got to thinking about my dad, honestly. Pisces energy, like, I was like looking at the astrology chart for what's going on in the cosmos yesterday, and because I wanted to make sure that we were definitely in Leo moon. But I was just thinking about my dad this morning. I was thinking about my dad, and next year, it's going to be like 10 years since he's passed away. October next year. So this is year number 9. And you know, it's just like, it's a weird thing, because I lost him when my life was just beginning, you know? I hope I don't cry. But I feel like even if I do, it's okay. I lost him just as my life was like really beginning, because I lost him after like a year of graduating. And it was a hard time, obviously. We found out he had lung cancer, and then he was gone, I think, like after one chemo session. And that was very hard. That hit me so hard, because you know, my mom, dad, and we had a weird relationship at that point. Because I'm like more of like the dominant one in my siblings, I love to, like, you know, take control, be in charge of everything, and like, I help them. Like, I'm more of an extrovert than my other siblings at that point in my life, because my brother was just like, he was just a kid. He wasn't gonna be able to help them the way that I did. And my sister she was an introvert back then, so she was very shy and stuff, and they had like language barriers, and I was always the one to go to hospitals with them. I was always the one to go all the way to like Southwest Sydney whenever they had like medical appointments and stuff like that, just to be there for them. And that made us so close. I remember my mom had a surgery back in 2009 in like the city suburbs, and this was such a like good year for us. We were always together, and obviously because it was like a surgery and she had to stay at the hospital and stuff like that. My dad and I had a lot of alone time. He and I would go to like a McDonald's and stuff for breakfast. And because he was like such a typical old-fashioned man, since there was like no woman in the house, no grown-ass woman in the house to cook for him, he just ordered takeout for us. He ordered McDonald's or pizzas or stuff like that to take care of things while Mom was in the hospital. But during my time with him, one-on-one time with him, God, it was so like, I look back on it now and it was like, it was so special. Now that I don't have any time with him, you know, I don't have any time with him anymore because I can't. He's not here. So that's heartbreaking for me. And it's like memories, you know, memories like it happened 10 years ago. It was around this time. Like, I mean, it wasn't around this time because I remember specifically it was July 2010 or 2009 or something. Yeah, 2010. That we went to the hospital and stuff. Because it was 2010, not 2009. That we went to the hospital in Newtown for my mom, and I remember this because I was kind of getting involved with somebody, and he was such a jerk. I look back now, he was such a fucking player. But that's a guy I cheated with. Oh my God. Why do I say that with such pride? There was nothing to be proud of. I hurt people in that process. I don't know. It's just like memories come back in their own ways. And because it's like really like rainy right now, it feels like July, even though it's January. That was the general, like that was what the weather was like. It was raining, pouring down rain, cold, and stuff like that. So it's just triggered my memory. I remember, I don't want to overshare everything because they are my memories with my dad, and I don't want them to be posted all over the internet for everybody to see. What I am comfortable with, though, like talking about, is the similarities that I've been told that my dad and I have. And that's another thing that triggered my memory. My dad was such a hard worker, you know, he never stopped. He, like, when he had a goal, which was his entire life, to provide for his family, you know. He was so determined, he was so hardworking. Even on his days off, he did not stop working. He would work on the house and stuff like that. And it's like, shit, I had a moment last night. I came back home at 3 a.m. and I saw that the dishes weren't washed or something after like a 10-hour shift. And like, I did the exact same thing that he would do. I washed those dishes even though I was tired as hell. It's really like father, like daughter, you know. And I have his driving. He is a crazy driver. He was a crazy driver. I don't know why I said not past tense. I think out of all of the family, my dad and I, we have the worst driving record. Like, we've lost our license, gotten numerous speeding tickets. We've run a red light a couple of times. No, I ran a red light one time. And we've been in, like, he'd only been in a couple of accidents himself. I've been in a couple of accidents myself. Oh, our driving record is like crazy similar. And I find that so cute and hilarious. I inherited my dad's driving skills. Thankfully, like, I never was so stupid and irresponsible to the point where I put other people's lives at risk. We had a car accident and my mom was badly hurt. And she had such a bad anxiety over that for many years. And I still think she does in a couple of ways, because she refuses to sit next to people. But she's getting better while they're driving. I don't know. It's just, that's all this vlog's about. Missing my dad. Wishing he was here. Wondering what my life would have been like if he was here. And it breaks my heart that I will never know that. And it almost feels like I understand death better than anybody, you know. I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios are death and rebirth, but why him, you know? I mean, I know why him, but still doesn't make it any easier for me. He could have been one of my best friends. He really could have. We could have, because our personalities were so similar, and he was a Taurus and I'm a Scorpio, and my mom's a Scorpio. I feel like we could have bonded so well over that, over our similarities. He was just gone before I was even able to connect with him that much. And that really hurts. It really hurts. Like, don't take the time you have with the people you love for granted, you know? Like, you don't know when someone is, like, gonna drop dead. I still struggle with this myself. I'm not perfect. Like, I take time for granted. But I try to be better. And God, I feel like that's why I'm also so forgiving of people. Because I don't see the sense in holding on to grudges which is funny because as a Scorpio, you'd think that I hold on to grudges. But it's just like, it's senseless, you know? Like, we're all gonna die. And some shit happened in the family that really amplified, like, what it means to, like, it really showed me, how brokenhearted somebody could be if they don't let go and they don't forgive. Because one of my family members and my dad had a falling out, and they hadn't spoken in years. But when he found out that my dad passed away, he was crushed because, you know, you're not ever gonna get that time back. I don't know. I don't know how to end a vlog this heavy. I guess the message is, don't take time with people that you love for granted. Don't do it. You're gonna regret it if you do. And I've seen that firsthand. Okay, subscribe. Leave me a comment if you have ever lost anyone. Tell me about your pain. I want to hear about it. I want to offer you some kind of closure. Not closure, but some kind words. Because it really hurts. I know it really hurts. And have a lovely day or night. Bye.